February 5th, 2021 writing. We're going to look at the following expression to determine if it has been evaluated correctly. If the problem was solved correctly, explain how you know. If not, explain the error and correct it. Be sure to use at least 2 vocabulary words in your explanation. All right, so it says solve 678 divided by 2. Well, first of all, let's see this original work. Maybe we can do it at the same time while we compare what their original work was. So we have 678. That is going to be on the inside of our house, 678. That's our dividend. And our divisor is going to be 2 because we're dividing by 2. So is it set up correctly both ways? Yes, it is. All right, next, 2. How many times can 2 go into 6? Well, 2 can go into 6 3 times. And I know that 2 times 3 is 6. Is that what they did? Oh, well, it looks like they knew that 2 times 3 was 6, but they didn't put them in the right place. So let's solve this correctly and put them in our correct orders so that we can then explain what they did incorrectly. So now we have 6 minus 6, and that equals 0. And we need to bring down that 7. So now we have 7 under here. How many times can 2 go into 7? Well, it can go in 3 times. So we're going to put 3 up here. And 3 times 2 again is 6. So I'm going to bring that 6 down. Then we have 7 minus 6, which is going to be 1. Woo! Not all those. Just 1. Then we have to bring down that 8. Bring down the 8. No, we want it here. My goodness, there we go. So we're going to bring down that 8. And how many times can 2 go into 18? Well, I know it can go in 9 times. And I know that 2 times 9 is 18. So then we have 2 times 9, which is 18. And when we subtract, 18 minus 18 is in fact 0. So I'll put that 0 here. And so now there's no more remainders and there's nothing left to bring down. So our answer is going to be 339. So they missed this beginning part. So first we can say, well, the student, notice that you have to ask yourself, how many times can 2 go into 6? So first, the student noticed that that you had to ask yourself how many times 2 can go into 6, which is 3. The student knew that the product of 2 and 3 is 6. Also, I know that word product is going to be a vocab word, so I'm going to highlight that. So first, the student noticed that you had to ask yourself how many times 2 can go into 6, which is 3. The student knew that the product of 2 and 3 is 6. My bad. This is why I reread it. And then I saw, or you can say we saw, that the student incorrectly placed the 3 above the tens place rather than the hundreds place above the dividend. So they put that 3 above the tens place, so above that 7 instead of above the 6. Next, I also saw that the student incorrectly placed the 6 under the tens place instead of the hundreds place below the dividend. So those last two ones is then I saw that the student incorrectly placed the 3 above the tens place rather than the hundreds place above the dividend. Next, I also saw that the student incorrectly placed the 6 under the tens place instead of the hundreds place below the dividend. Well, after we saw that, we got to solve it. So after I solved the problem correctly, with lining up the digits in their correct placement, in their correct placement in the problem. So after I solved the problem correctly with lining up the digits in their correct placement in the problem, finally, after solving the problem the correct way, I got a value of 339. And I know that word value is also going to be a vocabulary word, so I'll put that green. And that's going to be it for our our writing. So great job today.